inside real quick. Check it out, check it out, check it out, guys. So we put this on hold for a little bit, and as you guys know, I'm Saul Castañeda. I'm with MCSC Green Wheels, as the shirt says so. And today we're going to be working on our other 93, and there's a notchback. This is who we call the machine. Now the machine's a 93 notchback. Obviously it's got some work done. For as far as we know, it does have a 5-lug swap, but it's still a drum setup from Lincoln Continental, if I'm not mistaken. So they put that in there. We didn't do it. So you guys are gonna be watching the transformation that we're gonna do. Also, again, putting in the 5-lug swap, but we're gonna put in the disc rotors in the rear as well too. Kind of like the Cobra setup we've been so accustomed to doing. But today, to follow it up from a couple months ago when we started this bad boy, maybe even last year, we ran into a snag where we had an issue with the center console right here. Now I'll bring out the original one, which is kind of like the one that we wanted. And there you go. You know, we have the ashtray, and this, you know, it's got a little bit of it's broken right down there. So obviously, you know, you guys know these always break. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and swap it out and get a new one and get it to work properly. The problem is that no one sells one without the cup holders. Now, I'm not entirely sure like why you need a cup holder when you're driving the stick shift car, but I don't know, it's just not. I'd still have the lighter thing here. You know, you have a plug for your ashtray right there for your cigarette lighter. And, you know, nowadays we got our phones, so I would say I would have kept this one, but for some odd reason no one makes one without a cup holder, so we have to go ahead and get the stupid one with the cup holder in it. Now we could get the one that's sealed up, but it's gray, and we're not going to go ahead and start painting something, because then later it starts rubbing off, and you know, the gray's going to come back no matter what. So we went ahead and just opted out getting the cup holder for now until we figure something else out, or until some people just stop being soft. And off the bat, like, I'm going to get on started on one thing. The reason that we also bought it right there where our emergency brake lever goes, all these little pins, as you can see right there, are all broken off. That's one of the issues that happens with these guys. And the same way, in the same style, there they are right there. That's kind of what it should look like. My issue here is that they give you this boot here, and it's supposed to be somewhat flat, I guess. And you know, the instructions are there's 2 pieces, and I have an extra one, so I'll show you. Come up here. Here it is. So there's 2 pieces to that little rubber boot, and that's the part number from LMR. Okay, if anybody out there looking for it. And it looks like this. Now typically I thought that the hard part plastic would go over the rubber. Unfortunately, I guess it doesn't work that way, because I tried to put it in that way, it wouldn't work, and so I just went ahead and stuck it the other way around, which is kind of how it goes. But my issue here is that you guys can see this guy doesn't hit it all the way down. So I'm not entirely sure what the heck is going on. So maybe if I could use, you know what, I'm going to try the other way again, just to kind of ease my, see how it goes there like that? Alright, let's try this again, guys. We're doing it together, real time right there. Maybe I did it wrong the first time. And there we go. I know that that's in. Alright. Works out that way. Now I would assume it would go this way, but I was looking at the instruction. This says it does not go this way. So let's see. And this is where I think we were having the most trouble, was this piece right here. Now you could see here I still have a lift. Even if I put it on there like that, there's still some kind of lift there. Now at the back end, and you don't look, it doesn't stay in place. Falls off. So what's going to happen when I go ahead and put this guy on and I do this, it's going to come off. Bam. So I have that, and then I have that wicked gapping right there that I'm not crazy about. So I'm not entirely sure. how you guys, as far as how we took it the other way off, like the way you saw it, with the rubber piece sitting on top of this plastic brace here. I'm not entirely sure if that's exactly how it should go, but you know, that's the only way that it really holds up in place. Now, I don't know, we were looking for some like little star holders, and you know, to be honest, they don't make anything this small for us to be able to collapse it in here or in any of these bigger ones, because that guy's pretty big right there. He's thicker than the rest of them. Some of these are very, very thin and very fragile, so guys, please be careful, don't break them. And I'm thinking that if I could just put one right here, I'd be scot-free. But the problem is that I have to go ahead and find one. So I'm gonna see if I can find one, because I like it to sit like this a little bit better. As you guys can see, it looks a hell of a lot better than the other way around. And the only reason that I had it that way was because it was holding this bracket was getting held in by the rubber piece. To be actually, you know, to be honest with you, I still don't understand, like, moving the emergency brake up and down, how this thing will not flap off or come off or shoot this off while it's already on the car. So I'm trying to do some preventative maintenance and make sure that I get it on there and I don't have to deal with it again. So maybe I'll just figure something out to put something right here, something, before I install it right now. So it's two-stage epoxy from JB Weld. Now, if you guys have used this before, this stuff works really, really good. Just be careful on the amount, because this guy can get sloppy, you know what I mean? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take enough to make, now if you guys excuse the explosions, it is the 4th of July, you know, happy 4th to everybody out there in YouTube land watching us. Thank you for tuning in. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and have it hold down with some of our quick clamps right here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to dabble in a couple of these spots. So most likely I'm going to go ahead and concentrate on all 4 corners, and especially these 2 areas right here where the bend is at. I'm going to make sure that they stay on there, it doesn't come off. I like this look. If you guys have a problem with it, you can write to me. So I'm going to put a little dot right there, like so. Close it up. Don't need a lot, you know, because these are just like little pricks. Just make sure you get rid of all the white, get all of it included in there. And like I said, you don't need a whole bunch, guys. You just, you know, this stuff should set about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go right here first. See if I can get some of there. Yeah, there we go. Try and see if I can get. Probably use a pick better. Maybe I should just scrape as much as I can. I guess I will need a little bit more than what I got here, but there we go. I'm just gonna fill that in there, like so. Get it as much as I can to cover up that little hole. And I'm gonna go ahead and I guess I'm gonna have to make a little bit more so I can get some more on some of these other ones. Because my main goal was to get it right here, because this guy lifts up quite a bit. Hold that down right there. See, all right. Get a little more over here. We'll cover up the rest. Give me my concoction that I need, so I can make sure that this stuff stays on there. The big thing is I don't want this to break. You know, I don't want to be using the car and then something just happens to fall off of it, and while it's in there and I can't reach it, and then you go to throw the emergency and it breaks. So I'm going to go ahead and avoid all that by doing this. I'm going to go ahead and glue this in place. I know everybody's like, no, don't do that. You know what, man? I don't plan on removing this every time. I know that you have to clean every so often. But yeah, I don't plan on taking this off every day. So I'm gonna seal it in once and for all. Keep it in where it should be, and hopefully it doesn't fall off when I'm driving. Alright, now that I got that on there, we're going to go ahead and let it cure while the sun's out. I am gonna keep it together just for the sake of it. And the reason that we decided to change this guy out is because somebody in their infinite mind decided to put a big humongous screw right in here where this is broke. That's not how it goes. It should have a little pin that comes off of here. They try to glue it and they try to do some tomfoolery here, and that's why it kind of falls all goofy. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hold on to it. I may be able to repair it. I may be able to do something with it. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and fix it up and possibly use it again. I'm not a big fan of the cup holder one. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna need to take off our shifter knob, and we're gonna remove this piece as well too. Now the boot isn't totally messed up, but there's wear on it. And we opted out. We went ahead and got everything. We got the whole kit. We got the new rubber sealer that goes right there on the bottom. That frame right there. Bam, right here it is. So you guys can see. So I'm thinking we're just gonna go ahead and install this whole piece now.
Where is that made? Look at that little.
Let's see where this guy's made right now.
Right where his is.
Let me see.
Right down there.
Oh yeah. You know what? Just keeping up with the tradition of America, made in China. Awesome. You know. Thanks, Joe Biden. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Obama. So here's our boot. Now, it smells leathery, smells nice, but it could be pleather. Let's see where is this from. What do you know? It's made from China. It's probably platypus, something extinct. Awesome, there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and swap all this out, put this in. We got all three pieces in. One of the things that I noticed, we have a whole bunch of these guys running around. Now I can imagine, I thought it was originally from here, well, which might be, but I don't see any of these broken. So we're gonna go ahead, and I can only think that they had these on our other one, which is the top part where they were holding all the other pieces to kind of keep it from falling apart. So we're not gonna end up using these, so all of this is gonna be basically new again. So we got all the screws and everything gonna put back in it. So let's go ahead and let's start taking apart our shifter and get this on. I'm gonna reach my ratchet in here. I'm gonna try and take them off of my ratchet so I can easily lift this up and then put them back in with the ratchet. I could do these right here with my, with my wrench. And I could do these with the ratchet right now. But these two at the bottom, if I don't want to take off anything else from in here, I'm gonna go ahead and just reach in with my wrench and easily kind of walk them out. I'm pretty sure that they shouldn't be that long where they're gonna have to go into this upper part of the cavity. Basically what I did here, there's two bolts right here in my shifter. They go right there. I took that off, but before I did that, there's a little nut, this little guy right here. It's just at the very bottom of this guy like that. So you gotta loosen that up, and then this guy came off. So it's just our shifter knob, gotta hold back there. So all we did was just take it apart, kind of disassembly all of it. And what I'm gonna do, the reason that was done was just to remove the boot. Now I'm not gonna necessarily take it and tear it down all the way around, because you know what, it's held up pretty good with what it has. I don't see any broken tips, so you know what, this thing right here could still probably serve some purpose at a later time. So we're gonna just keep it together. Now as you guys can see, I'm completely melting here, but it's probably due to the beautiful black interior here, which is the counted car black on white. So I know you're jealous, guys. So let's go ahead and continue moving. Looks of it, it seems to be coming out, but I don't know. Looks like I may end up having to take off the whole thing, because the screw looks like to be a little bit of a lengthwise. So we'll find out right now. Like I said, I'm gonna start working this guy out right here, and see how far I can go, because I want to get in there by hand and then kind of return it the same way I'm taking it off right now with the wrench. I don't want to have to use my a socket, because I can only reach these two. I would have to, these are kind of far back into the console here, so bear with me, guys.
It's too tight on it.
Yeah, it's there. It's gonna be, I'm just trying to see if I can, I'm trying to be stingy on the fact that
you want to move this.
Yeah, I don't want to move the whole thing out, but it looks like I may end up having to be that if I can't. If the screw's too tall to get out of here. I still think I got plenty of clearance for it to clear, to get out from, but I'm just gonna see if this is too much of a pain in the butt, but I mean, it's coming out. So bear with me, guys. Alright, as you guys know, when you buy these things like secondhand, man, I'm about to show you what the hell's going on here. This should be a quick and easy job, right? Typically, you know, okay, I'm going about it a little bit of the hard way where I don't want to take off the rest of this damn dash and whatnot, but you know what? It should be coming off pretty easy. Now the bolts, I got 2 bolts that are holding in just right. I got the top left bolt up here and the bottom right bolt out here. Now I could see the threads down here on the actual base of the car. What I just did, I just removed the bottom left bolt here, and if you guys take a look right in there, you see that little piece of metal right there? That doesn't belong there. So that tells me, and as you can see straight through, that's a big humongous hole. It means that somebody, whoever it was, bored this, broke the just broke all the threads in there, and once it got down, boom, he left it. It was stuck. Right now that I started to remove it, I pulled the screw out, as you can tell, look. And what happens? We heard a speed nut fall. So this is gonna need to get some work up here. So we're gonna have to either put an insert in there so we can put these down nice and equal. But first of all, we're gonna have to go ahead and take this off completely to see how much damage we got going on here and assess how much further work we need. And that's the problem when you find, you know, when you get these cars and, you know, they've been through a set of hands that, you know, probably just didn't care about it and they just did whatever so they can ride it. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that about this car, but what I am saying is, guys, when you get yourself a Fox body, and then just don't be surprised that you'll find stuff like this. That, you know, some of it is working. The other thing I could tell you right here, this top one right here, it's loose. But the thing is, I can feel it spinning with my fingers. The thing is, that thing is probably bored as well too. So I'm gonna see if the speed nut falls off. If not, we are definitely gonna have to take off this whole brace and then check out to see what we're gonna have to do at the bottom there. Now this top one here seems to have a lot of tension in it. Yeah, we're about to find out what the hell they did once this thing comes off, because I could see right here, they must have bored a hole there. They either damaged it or something. Like you could see, like right here on this side, you could see like how the nuts are in there, or the threading. You could see the threading right at the bottom there, where at that one over here, look at that, it's just a big gaping hole. You can't see any. I could see straight to the floor down there, and I can't. Now I know it's gonna go to the floor, but there's a nut right there where it has the threads where this could go onto. So we're gonna find out and see what the hell happened, because like I said, you know, again, a lot of people think that you gotta over torque all this stuff, man. Only a couple foot-pounds, man. Not even like whatever may call you for inch pounds too. So guys, no need to crank down on these pieces, especially if it's an older vehicle, about 30 years of age, man. So keep that in mind. Here we go. This one. Yep. Well, there it is. Now I got one more to go. Now, like I said, this guy right here, see how I'm gonna lift it? You see that? I'm just trying to see. I wonder if the speed nut underneath is getting taut and caught, because this thing, it's pretty loose. It's alright, but once you start to pull it up on it, it starts to tighten up. So that tells me that they also put some kind of speed nut here or something to catch it, and it's now broken. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can remove it completely. Yeah. Oh, the deeper we go, the more we find. So bear with me, guys, because this guy looks like they put this plate. Oh my God. Please don't let this be grotesque. Please don't let this be grotesque. You understand why people want to make sure that they get what they paid for. Now you can tell this thing has a setup for 4 screws, but I only got 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Luckily.
So this doesn't look promising already. Luckily is that we have a couple of these pieces, but I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So it's pretty straightforward setup here. We're gonna go ahead and undo this guy right here. Give us a little bit more room. All right. So we have also some extra wiring in here that's all clipped off. We're gonna have to see what the hell that's for, because obviously it doesn't. I don't think it comes here. And you know what? Wow, this is technically very shitty work. So what I'm gonna do myself a favor for right now, and just attach that and leave this here as is. We're gonna come back and deal with that. It looks like this is for like a CD player or something. Actually, this is to the original stereo. So yeah, we'll definitely gonna have to get rid of that. All right, let's see. We got this guy out the way. So we got. Oh my God! So there's no screws there either, guys. So this guy doesn't need a screw. Just sits there, but it should be locked kind of in place. So it kind of goes like this and like that. So that's pretty much it. And we're gonna go ahead and expose that. And then we're gonna see. Let me see around here. So we're gonna take off these two screws down here, so we can get this brace off. These two nuts. It looks like somebody was already here because I'm taking it off with my hands.
Yeah, somebody's always.
The reason I'm gonna go ahead and remove this piece is because this last screw that I got back down here, it does have another fast, or one of those fast nuts, and it's got a speed nut on there and it's broken. It's dangling around, so I have to force it up, kind of jam the speed nut, and then take off the screw. In order to do that, I'm gonna have to take this off so I can get real good access to my screw right there. So let's go ahead and take it off. It's a good thing that we started already by removing everything that we were gonna replace with our center console. So, you know, not to say that I wanted to do it, but here we are. So we're just gonna go ahead and.
We did the dog. We did the dog. We did
That's one. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead. That's out the way. So these look like the radio. So these are like your original radio connectors. Now these are your speakers and your powers, and now I can see what the hell happened here. Some amateur from Amateur Hour decided to just go ahead and bypass all these speakers and stuff instead of using it. So we're gonna have to go ahead and do something with that, because we don't want that. We're gonna have to see if all our speakers are actually wired correctly and not just done together like Goofy did it. Let me take this guy off right here. For all you guys out there asking a ridiculous amount of money for your car, you better be better than this. You better have done all the work. You better have all the screws. It better be in the right place. No broken tabs, you know, because this is an embarrassment when you're asking for top dollar for a car and it's all broken down like it is. You know, it's a good thing we decided to do this now, because start changing this all a little bit at a time and get it all swapped out. There we go. That's off. And looks like everything's here for the most part. What I am gonna do, I'm looking around to see. Okay. I'll come in here. boy.
My goodness.
Wow. At least that one's on there, right?
Yeah, that's nice. That is.
Yeah, it looks like they glued that thing in there. Ah, shit. All right. Wow. Put that down like that. That's one. Wow. You can hear how that thing is on there. Alright. That's one. Now for this one.
Damn.
Bam! Alright. Ah, there we go. Gotta have the right stuff. Craftsman, no, Snap-on. Okay, now we're gonna have to take this guy off. I already can see some wires just peeking out over there. Now the other thing is, like, these could be the ones to the tachometer they had on here, which we will go ahead and take care of that later. As of right now, let's see, that's there. Another one here, yes he is, he's right there. And now I see there's a black screw here and there's a gold screw here. So, more inconsistencies as we dig through the machine. There. Let's see. Pull the screws out. There we go. Alright. I'm trying to see here. We also have the metal one that we're gonna have to fight through now. And we're gonna have to take off this column. So, alright. We have the two screws right back here behind our metal plate. So this turned out to be quite a project. Let's see. Which, the scary part is going to be what we find beneath this. Now, mind you guys, we haven't, although we've done minor work to the machine, you know, got some coolant lines and all that good jazz and whatnot. We haven't done a whole bunch of work to the machine, and you and us, we're gonna figure out this car and its ins and outs real soon. Uh-oh. Oh. Is in the way. Feels like I got another screw in here somewhere, but this isn't broken, so that's good. And this doesn't seem to be too damaged, so that's good. So we probably have to do a little clean in there, but it doesn't look too bad. All my little tabs are in place exactly where I want them to be. So that's not too bad. I'm not too disappointed at this. Let's continue and put this back here so we don't damage it. Alright. Now I got this guy out, this guy out. So look at this.
That's what I meant.
I had like 3 little wires hanging off here that just came out of nowhere. So we'll venture into where the hell those came from in a little bit.
Look at that metal plate.
Man, look at this metal plate.
If you take it away, you can save you some lightweight.
No, yeah, man, you get to the quarter mile like a couple ounces lighter.
Look at the dash frame.
Look at this. Yeah, it's not too bad. A little brown, but definitely not like Reckless. Yeah, compared to Reckless, this thing's filthy. You could eat off of Reckless's dash frame, but you know what? The steering column looks mighty neat. Looks nice and clean and tidy. All the wires seem to be in the right place for the most part. So let's carry forward and see what other surprises our friend here has for us. Look at that.
Oh, that's tight.
It's over 30 years of not being moved. That's one. Perfect. And that's two. Alright. Okay. Oh man. Let's see.
Oh, there's a connection
Oh.
here.
Oh, that's the, alright.
I don't know if I can.
Let me get over there.
Yep.
And I need some plier action real quick. Because this is plastic, so guys, take your time with it. You don't want to break it, because these are very important. These are our vacuum lines that control the heating system, our cooling system and whatnot. Or should I say the AC, not cooling system. I'm just trying to be as careful as I possibly can. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pop this guy out too. And kind of move out the way blindly. Let me see. Probably not. Seems a little brittle. So I'm gonna let me continue with these right here real quick. If I can get this off, it'll give me enough room to spin it around. If you got some needle nose pliers, I would recommend those.
The steering column is clean.
Yeah. There we go. That's one. Come on, buddy. So they just look like they're just little. That's what they are. They're really not nuts. They're nuts, but they just kind of twist, and they're just for plastic. So let's see if we can get this other one off, and then we're going to try and see if we can get that little lever off without damaging it. You can hear the air escaping.
Wow, yeah.
Alright. And if you guys haven't figured it out, happy 4th. Come on. Boom. Okay. So now we'll be like this. Up.
It requires some
What's up? And there we go. What's up, dude? There we go. So now we should be able to get this up and over, but
You noticing something? I see you moving this. I'm looking at the parts are reckless, half to half. So to put it back
yes.
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking at,
Okay, well, you know what? We get enough space right here.
yeah.
Yeah, see, like, look, it's loose.
But it's not coming
You see how it's not coming out?
Yeah.
Because this thing,
out.
yeah, it's broken at the bottom. I can totally feel it. That sucks. Here's another pin that I think somebody broke here at some point when they did change this out, and I think these were broken from before. We're gonna hold on to those metal clips, but let's see if we can get this last bolt out and kind of see what the hell other problems we got going on down here of our shifter. You know, the shifter is actually really, you see how high up it is?
Yep.
All right, so it's gonna give us a little bit of issue there. No big deal. We're just gonna come I just want to get a little bit more clearance where I can get my screwdriver right underneath there, kind of jam this up. Yeah, see oh, okay, so it does have a speed nut.
Yes. Yeah.
I think they knocked them off. Okay, so we're gonna hold on to these and we'll get some new speed nuts on there. Cause, yeah, this is as you guys could tell, it's just dangling around down there. So let's see if we can get this screwdriver to fit. All right. Maybe, just maybe. There it is. All right. Huh.
Not even moving the chair back would help.
Let me see. Well, no, it doesn't really help.
It's just,
This piece right here.
If I should hit the clutch, so you can bring the gear down.
Yeah, let's see. Hit the clutch ring. Oh, look. I'm using the wrong one. There we go. That's a little better. Now we're gonna have to install this the same way because of the shifter. It's amazing how a simple console change turned into almost tearing down my car completely. But there we go. Let's see now. Okay, that's out of the way. There we go. And that's our center console. Bracket coming right off. There we go. It's not completely damaged. It's something that we can work with. And we will. Sit there, buddy. Now, after going through all that, let's see the end result here. And there we have it.
See the short throws.
So this is the Stata short throw triax. Looks decent.
Look at that big hole.
But look at all this. Look at this. Look at this. And then, you know, look at these things. Look at this.
That's where the yeah.
So we're gonna have to get some new ones. And look at this. There you go. So these are at least off. Nothing's really too damaged. And there's something, you know, we can go ahead and take care of this. It's not an issue. So we're gonna go ahead and wipe it down and get our new stuff put on here and see if we can get all this put back in place. Well, not too bad. As you guys can tell, this car is actually really in good conditions, man. They did take care of this car. Gentleman who had it before, he really loved it. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna give it some TLC and, you know, keep them up to date as best we can with the things that we do and can do. Now, this is the reason we're gonna go ahead and swap it out. Number one right there. All right, that's all ripped up. Looks like something's been chewing the back of this right there. And I can only imagine, since it's in like this, it would probably be one of the screws in there. So, we're gonna go ahead and take this guy out. No longer need it. Mind you, we started to get into this, we were going through it, and then we were just looking to see what else this car is gonna need. Well, we might as well go ahead and swap all the stuff out that are no good. So we're gonna go ahead and do this piece right here, so you guys can tell. Bam, is gonna go right in there. I'm gonna fit it down like that. So, but first of all, let's put the new speed nuts on. Now, that boot right there is your LMR number. Yes, yes. Perfect. And that also has this kit right here, which is the 4 new bolts with 4 new speed nuts. That's your part number right there. Again, these are all available at LMR. Go on to lmr.com and get yourself some. Go ahead. Set these up.
Does LMR also say spare teeth?
LMR does not sell spare teeth, nor eyes.
Maybe some of the Chinese will.
One day, President Yao Ming will send us some eyeballs.
Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping, yes, yes.
Can't forget our American/Chinese president.
Yeah, man. There we go.
That's why it was dancing on the road.
Yeah, it was dancing pretty funky, you know what I mean? Because they weren't. Look, this one was broken. That's the speed nut that we heard fall on the floor earlier. And these are the old screws, so we're gonna just chuck these to the side. Eventually, we'll be able to use them with something else. As far as the speed nuts go, they is trash. So let's get this guy here. Goes nice enough. Now if you notice, the little clip goes underneath and it locks it, you know, really good in place. So just make sure that that's the way you guys put them in too. Alright, where'd he go?
Not right there in the chip. No.
This guy, bam, right in there. Alright, let's get it on. Now this one already has a grommet back down underneath, as you guys can see. And I'm not gonna kill it like you saw the other one was completely all smashed in here, real weird like. But I am gonna help it take a little bit of a shape. I'm gonna get the carpeting kind of out of the way, so it's not. So this has a flush, sits down flush right on the floor of the car. That's one. Let's get these down. Now I'm just gonna get them down, snug it in. As I tightened it down, I just went around it. Nothing too crazy, nothing too serious. There it is. So there's our setup right here. Bam. And she's all done. So that looks nice and neat. I'd like to think so myself. Now let's go in reverse and install everything back on.
Oh look at your cup holder falling out.
Yeah, my cup holder. That's exactly what I was missing.
In between.
Let me move this up here. We're just gonna have to bring that guy semi down. Let me get this guy down. Seatbelt out the way. There we go. all this wire right back in through here again. Alright. There it is. We're going to have to put this guy, start to face him in here again.
And that's what holds the dash to make it rigid. Then I the dash down.
Yeah, and then there's this little guy right back here that he goes right back there. Where's the screw? As you guys could see, it was a little bit of a battle. So we had to come and bring in our 4 screws that hold in that back bracket. We brought them in from the back side in because our shifter here is a little too long. I didn't want to go through the trouble of either pushing this or forcing this and maybe even breaking this. So I think I did a good job. We got the new plate on here with the new seal, as you guys can see right here. Looking good, looking good. We got our new hardware kit with our speed nuts and our new screws put in here. So now I'm gonna do is just kind of tighten everything up. I'm gonna leave the radio area kind of open right now, but what I am gonna do, I'm gonna tidy up the rest and bring in the rest of the things that I need here. Put that in there for right now, because as I could see, there's a lot of things that these guys have here just hanging around. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I cap these off and make sure that I don't have any loose powers. And then again, we're gonna do almost the same thing we did with Reckless. Just gonna go over it and see what else the hell we do need that we can go ahead and get rid of without having too much clutter back here. So that's a good part. I thought it was completely ruined down here and it's not. So that's good. All right, let's see if we can finish this up. Yeah, they had to remove this because not only that, they replaced this. They did a really shitty job installing that plate that they got there. As you can see, they just they burnt some holes right in here. We're going to use the same plate, but we're going to clean that up in a little bit. For right now, we got this guy back put on in place. Now, we're also not going to be needing one of these connectors because one of these connectors leads to our ashtray and our lighter stuff, which we don't have here because we got cup holders. So I guess we'll see what we do. Maybe we'll fill it with something. We'll figure it out. All right. I want to make sure that I get everything put in the right position. Alright, looks like the last 3 bolts at the bottom, because the first 2, these 2 top ones are in. We're going to go ahead and put this guy in. Oreo, this would be a chrome ignition going on Reckless too, so it's a good thing we're not listening to Oreo. You hear that, Oreo? We're not listening to you and your chrome ignitions. Now again, guys, you don't want to crank down on these too hard. It is 30-year-old plastic. If you break it, it's because you did it on purpose. Alright, so as you guys can see, it worked out really well. It looks really good now in here. We're going to come and address that back in a minute, but we're going to go ahead and finish up and installing this stuff right here. So we got our new boot, and we have our new bezel that's going to go over it as well too, along with the hardware already inside of it. So that is from LMR, and this is your part number, guys. Take a good look, and you can tell the hardware is already in there with it. So we're gonna go ahead and line our boot up. Oh, you know, what else can you expect? We're gonna go ahead and put this together and line it up and get our shifter ready to reinstall. Let's see. How does our friend go here? Where's the old one? Alright, alright. Okay. So, this guy, if I'm not mistaken, sits like that, which our friend will sit like this as well too. And, yep, had it right in the first shot. So this guy will sit like this. Now, there's already we already have the pins that are going to be here that are going to go through it, where we're going to put our little our little hardware. See, kind of goes like that. We'll put our hardware in and we'll leave it ready to install. that's just how it goes right there. Now the hardware is really just those little clips. That's all it is. And those go on the edges like that. So these guys,
this is a little different.
You know, see this guy, they go in here. So just be careful not to break your little lips there, because then you'll be going back to LMR and paying another $300 for it. All right, there we go.
And there's no more promo code.
Oh yeah, you know what, guys? Let me take that back. LMR does not put out promo codes. I was just trying to be, you know, positive, you know, and send out the good vibes, and maybe they listen to us. But you know what? Whatever. We'll deal without it, you know.
This inflation and culture, LMR.
You know, the Putin tax. All right. Let's see. This guy goes right up here. Oops. And that's it. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my little clips and clip these down. Our little hardware that goes around to the clips that hold it down to the bracket or to the actual mounting plate right here. We didn't get these little hardware kits, which are just like the pressure. These are just pressure. They go in there, and what they do, they're just gonna go ahead and help it not to pop up. So we're just gonna make sure we get them all in the right place.
That's what they need for the. That's the kind of thing they need for that. For the center
console. For the center console, I would say that if they had some smaller ones like this, in order for us to grab that grommet that goes around our emergency, it would be something like this that would actually work out really well. But obviously, the ones on there are a little too small. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a little bit of force, push it down like that, make sure that it locks right into the pin. The last one, we're gonna go ahead and just pull off of this guy. It just closes up the hole just a little bit, enough where, there it is. Now if it tries to fight back, there you go. Now you want to get it a little bit closer, grab your screwdriver, push down a little bit further. Don't go too hard because you may end up snapping it, which is going to put you in a really bad position. Bam. That's all I got. And here is the end result to our boot. Guy, look at that. But let's not clip that down just yet. We got to go ahead and slide in all the rest of our stuff right here. Let's get our shifter in. I took it off initially like this because I thought, you know, I wanted to get the boot out faster, but I also wanted to see how these screws, you know, if they were on there hard or if they were just on there the right way, but they were. So there we go. You know, I thought they would be stripped like most of the things we've been running into lately. Kill it, just nice and snug. It's got a pressure lock nut back behind it. That's good. Bam. That's neutral. Now we're gonna run this one down. And this nut right here, what it's gonna do, it's gonna lock in our shifter knob. But before that, let's put on our boot. Let's see. Ta-da! That's what my friends is gonna look like right there. Good stuff right here. Oh, this one's a little. There we go. All right. Well, not bad. Not bad. Not bad if I do say so myself. We're gonna go ahead and run this guy down. And this, like I said, guys, this is just a locking nut for our shifter knob. So we're gonna get our shifter knob put in position. Now this, they had it all the way down, run like this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna bring it up just a little bit, right around where it's at, right there. And then we're gonna try and see if we can get all the numbers out there in the right way, because it was kind of
Cricket,
all crooked and stuff. So let me see. There we go. Now, let me go get my, I think I got it right here. Nice and clean. Look at that. That looks really good. Now let's go see if the glue did its job on our center console. I always leave enough residue on here because it just gives me an idea of what's going on. Like if it's solid, if it's not, if I need to leave it a little longer. But as you guys could tell, look, that's, you know, it's cardboard. It's nice and tough on there. Let's go ahead and remove these. Oh yeah, baby. Didn't even move. And there we go. Now, again, that's perfect. My biggest thing is that we were getting a big old gap right in here. I don't want that. I wanted to keep it nice and flush because eventually what's going to do is just going to come off and we're going to have a mess. But look at that. Ignore that. But look at that. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous stuff we got going on right here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get it back on the car. All right, now we're going to go ahead and see. Now, we have a thing. They go from the top or they go from the bottom. I say they go from the top. And that's gross. Oh.
I just lost some testosterone.
My balls got smaller. Alrighty. And there it is. We're going to connect our mirrors back in place here. Basement. Oh boy, look at that. I love it when a plan comes together, don't you guys? Don't you guys? I love it. I love it. Again, don't look at this. But I love the overall. Let's go ahead and button it down. Again, guys, be easy with this stuff. It's just plastic. It's not like we're holding engine parts together here. So don't kill it. Be gentle. And this thing should be long and last you a long time, all right? Over here. Beautiful. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we have a little plate. I don't know why we have an ashtray here because we're not going to use it anymore, but we're going to keep it on here.
That's like the armrest delete.
Look at that.
So
Boop.
So you can't be lazy and
Boop.
raise your arm.
There you go. Now, if you ask me, besides the cup holder, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not thrilled about this piece here. It's okay. We'll live.
What do you think about this piece? That piece?
Now, as far as everything else coming together, the boot looks really good, as you guys can see it. It's got a nice little feel to it. It's pleather. I think this is made from platypus because we paid top dollar for it. This is all kind of holding in place. It looks great. There's some trouble spots that we saw, but nothing too crazy here on the machine that we can't go ahead and revamp a little later. As of right now, I like how it looks for the most part. We got rid of all the broken stuff. We don't have any more of this ashtray dangling. Even though we want the ashtray, we will find it. I guarantee you, with your help, MCSC friends and people out there watching, with your help, we will get the non-cup holder with an ashtray. So, if we make enough noise, if we are the overall screaming majority, we should be able to see it sometime in the next couple summers. This is Saul Castañeda. I'm thanking everybody on our Facebook page. Go out there, go find yourself a car. We post everything from Fox Bodies and anything on the Fox Body platform, Granadas and LTDs and Thunderbirds and Corvettes. Anyways, thanks to everybody on our Instagram page. Guys, we're at 8,900. Let's see if we can, or 8,700. Help us get to that 10,000. We'll keep bringing you this content. I want to thank everybody, especially here on our YouTube channel. Guys, don't forget, keep subscribing, keep liking, and we'll keep making this content for you. As of right now, y'all have a great 4th. I'm going to go ahead and melt somewhere else. Peace.